I always tell my staff 60% of all our live content is viewed by the viewer as video on demand, right? It's not viewed live. About 40% of your main content is viewed live, and then 60% is video on demand. So the sooner we can get that trimmed, really nice thumbnail description file for the viewer.
In certain specs.
In certain specs, right after the, it's kind of been a challenge, I think, in our industry the last 10 years of like, how fast can I get that turned around? I think YouTube added the trimming aspect about 5 years ago, where you can get it really fast. We're asked all the time of how fast can I get this? How fast can I have this for VOD? Because, VOD is so important for the viewer. So we use a lot of different tools to do that, depending on how fast the client wants it available to users.
Okay, so you're actually taking the content and repackaging it for a provider.
Yeah, for a platform or our own platform. So, LiveX will have its own platform, but, increasingly, as we know, we have to go to all the platforms. For New Year's Eve in Times Square, we probably go to 26 platforms. So what I find is it's a little bit easier to do your recording and trimming locally and then putting it up. There are some cloud products that we use, but ultimately, if you have to go to a lot of platforms, it's a lot easier to try to do that on site and then get that trimmed VOD ready to go.
Right.
Big thing with live news is, content-wise being right, but also being fast. You want the breaking story. We're in a market with a bunch of local news organizations and national organizations, and we need to be the first ones to get it out so people come to us for the news. So, things like there's a major fire that happens or a major event that happens, we need to be the first one with our clip of that live broadcast on Twitter, on Instagram, on our website, so people can get it first, so it can get through the Google machine and get into SEO. And, if people are searching something like Boston Marathon, when you search Boston Marathon, you want us to come up and our clip from that to come up. So it's about getting it done as fast as possible, preparing those things that we know are going to happen in advance so we can get them up quickly, even if the news broadcast is still going on.
But that's a lot of work if you're trying to do it for all those platforms, to have them prepared.
So it's a little bit of being prepared in advance and knowing what's going where. There's some tools you can use where you can press one button and it goes to a bunch of different places.
Like what?
So we don't use it right now, but something that I've used a bunch is something called Snapstream, where you can take you could take your stream or any any incoming video stream, trim, and then send to Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, etc. Download video for any other platform, and things like that mean that we can get content out in real time without having to wait for the production to stop down, the records to stop. And in the news world, that's tremendously important.